In this session, let's have an introduction to CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Cascading Style Sheet is used to control the style of a web document. If you want to make your web document more presentable, then cascading style sheets can be applied. So, it is a simple design language that is intended to simplify the process of making web pages more presentable. Using this CSS, we can control the color of a text, we can change the style of paragraphs, modify the fonts of texts, and many other features can be added to a web document. CSS can be combined with the markup languages like HTML or XHTML. Now let us see the syntax of CSS. How to define a CSS in a web document. A CSS comprises of style rules that are interpreted by the browser and then applied to the corresponding elements in the document. So let us see how these style rules are defined. A style rule is made up of three parts. First part is selector. Selector is an HTML tag at which a style should be applied. This can be any tag in HTML like h1, body, table, etc. Next part is property. Property is a type of attribute of HTML tag. All the HTML attributes are converted into CSS properties. For example, the attributes like color, border, etc. So, in every HTML tag, they are having different attributes. So, this can be connected to the CSS property. Next comes the value. So, for every property, there will be some value assigned. And for example, if you are using the color property, then you can give any particular value like red, green or blue, or even the corresponding hexadecimal value of these particular colors. So, this is how a CSS is defined in a web document. It will contain a selector part where we have to define a tag, and after that inside the braces you have to include property colon value. So, this is how you can define the property and value of a particular attribute. And if there are more than one property to be added to a particular tag, then it can be separated with the help of a semicolon. So, as many properties and values as you wish can be added to this particular area. Now, let us see an example to this. So, here is the example, that is here selector is h1, that is the tag that is to be styled is h1, and the whole part inside the curly braces is known as declaration, and declaration includes the property and value pairs. Here the property is color and the value of that particular property is defined as blue. It means that to the h1 tag we have to apply a color that is blue, and another property is included here, that is font size, and the size of the font is specified here, that is 12 pixels. So, here in this example there are two different properties defined for a particular tag h1. This is how you can define CSS. The selector points to the HTML element you want to style, and the declaration block contains one or more declarations separated by semicolons. Now, let us understand the CSS concept with the help of an example program. So, here in this HTML document, we have added some CSS contents to it inside the style tag. So, here is the style tag defined, and the CSS is defined inside these style tags. Here we have added a selector, that is body, and the property here is background color, and its value is given as black. Another selector is defined here, that is H1, and the color of this particular content is to be displayed in white. Also, another property is added here, that is text align, and the alignment of the text is to be centered. And after that, inside the body part, you have defined the H1 tag, and inside which we have mentioned the text, that is CSS example. So let us see how this works. Let us open this in a web browser and see how it appears. So this is the output that appears here. That is, background color is given as black. We have set the background color as black, and the H1 tag is displayed in white color, and also it is aligned towards the center part of the document. So this is how you can use the CSS in order to style your web document. Now let us add one more modification to the same document. Let us include a paragraph in this by using p tag defined inside the body tag. Let's say this content will display this is a paragraph. Close the paragraph tag. Okay, and if you want to add a styling to this particular paragraph, then it should be included within the style tag. So here, first of all, we have to include a selector. So the selector here is the tag name itself, that is P, and open the brace. And after that, we can add the properties that are to be included inside this particular style. So let us say we can add a color to the text inside the paragraph. So the property is color, and let's give a color that is yellow, semicolon, and after that we can add one more property here. Let us say font size. Font size property name, and the size of the font is to be specified in pixels, 20 pixels. Now close the brace and save the document, and let us once again run this document using the web browser and see the difference. So here you can see a paragraph is added here, and this paragraph is displayed in yellow color, and the size of the text is 20 pixels. So here we have added some styling to the web document with the help of CSS. So this is how you can make your web document more presentable with the help of CSS. Hope you understood the topic. Thank you.